What's going on? I'm Calvin Fitzgerald, and you're tuned in live with the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. Check me out. I got King Lewis here. He is a master barber, and not only that, he is the founder and CEO of New Era Studios, a creative digital marketing branding agency. King Louis, what's good,
What's
man?
going on, Calvin?
Man, I appreciate you for being here. We got some things to talk about. So first, I actually attended one of your events that you put on, and I didn't even know who you were. A good friend of mine introduced me to you. Thank you for coming. Let's talk about what you do.
Okay. Well, what I do is I throw events and we have fun. I It's not a job for me, but it's a job. So a lot of people be like, "Oh, your parties are dope and we have so much fun." And I'm like, "Well, I just do it for the fun. I don't do it for the party. I don't do it for the monetizing part. I just do it just to do it." And people are like, "Well, you should do this for life or this should be your gift." And I'd be like, whatever. But I just try to get a lot of my friends together, and what we do is I figured that this would be a great idea to bring all these young black people together, and we could try to put a entrepreneurship group together where it's like a melting pot for this, and all you have is black owned designers here, you have music artists, you have clothing artists, you have so many different networks that can network in the midst of this party. So a lot of people be sleep, but I tell people, if you went to one of my parties and you never network, that's not what's the purpose for the party.
Yeah, they shouldn't have got that invite,
Yeah,
man.
they shouldn't have got that invite. But a lot of people be like, "Oh, it's fun. We see the celebs. We have so much going on, and it's pretty dope." And I'll say, it's not for that. If you didn't show them your clothing line, you just missed the party.
Just missed out.
Yeah.
So what's it like doing that and being a master barber?
It taps into my creativity, and I am a type of person that I really don't be able to sleep without doing something. So cutting hair is just something I could do naturally, and a lot of people don't understand that when I tell you that. Well, I just know how to cut hair. I've been knowing how to cut hair since birth. So cutting hair is something I know how to do. But creating these parties and the photo shoots and doing so much with other artists, that really gives me the complexity, the real challenge to get out and be more in tune with art. But cutting hair, that's a natural gift. So that's where I aspire from, cutting hair. And I was like, well, if I'm this creative, I could go here and do that and be that creative.
Right. So who are some of the most prominent clients you've worked with?
I work with a lot of the Houston Texans. I've worked with Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens. I've worked with, I'm trying to think, Washington Redskins. I've worked with all kind of music artists, Trilly Polk, just so far down the line. And people be like, "Well, how do you know all these people?" Social media. Social media.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Per your business, did you fund all this yourself? Was this something that you needed help with to start and get off the ground?
Honestly, no. We were having this conversation a couple of days ago. It was a lady that I was supposed to go in business with, but I am so possessive that I wasn't going to submit something that I could create to someone else and share it. So therefore, I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna just do it by myself." They got mad, blocked me, all kind of, you know how that stuff go. So they were like, but years down the line, I'm 7 years in, and I have one of the most popular barbershops in Houston. So I'm pretty proud of myself that I stood out on my own 2 feet instead of having a joint venture.
What does a young man or woman have to do in order to get to where you are? Because it clearly seems like you put in a lot of time, work, blood, sweat, and tears to this. What would you say to that?
Honestly, I would say a lot of prayer and hard work. It's mornings that I really don't feel like getting up, but I get up because at the end of the day, ain't nobody going to pay them bills but yourself. So therefore, you have to make yourself available to pay those bills by going out and doing the things that you need to do to progress as an individual to get things done.
That's it. What any challenges you're facing that you want to, share some knowledge?
Well, I say the biggest challenge most entrepreneurs go with and they don't speak about is their mental health. And a lot of times, some of the no's could be disturbing to your mental health. Some of the, say, I had a party and only 6, 7 people showed up. That would be disturbing to your mental health. So I say most entrepreneurs, they just so busy on building the brand, but they forget about themselves. They pour so much into themselves, into the brand and not themselves. But your brand will never be strong if the foundation is weak, and the foundation is you.
Got you. Man, I appreciate those jewels because that is real. Mental health is a real issue, especially prevalent in the black community. So that's something we do need to work on. Well, more than anything, man, I do appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us and sharing with us what you do as a whole. And I actually look forward to working with you, man, and just being connected with what you have going on in the city, in the city, because there's a lot of synergy in what we do with our marketing communications agency and yourself, and I think that's what it's all about, including what you mentioned with the reason for your parties at all. So go ahead and let the people know how they can actually get involved with what you do, whether it's be coming to get a haircut or
Well, most people are timid because I have a strong personality. What you see on camera is totally not me. But I have a strong personality and I'm very outspoken. But most people would come approach me by a haircut, and then they will go off into asking me how to get into other things and do things like that. Or some people are just bold like I am and they'll just inbox me or email me. We have a website, New Era Studios online, or you can hit me up on Instagram or wherever via text, however.
that's it. That's the exclusive right there. Y'all just got the exclusive. Nevertheless, y'all stay tuned. I'm Calvin. You've been tuned in with King Louis right here. We are the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. This is what we do, and we can't wait to get to the next interview.